Hi everyone, it's Attorney Knighton with Sterling Law Offices, and today I get to present to you general tax information for divorcees. Now, the information that I'm going to talk to you about today is just intended to alert you to some of the issues and provide you with just some general information. Before you take action, make sure you review your particular situation with your tax advisor, which is a tax accountant or a CPA. That's not your divorce attorney. Why? Because tax laws change, and the more you know, the more you'll be able to get from this process. So there's 13 general tax rules regarding divorce. Rule 1, before you sign any tax returns or take any action in respect to doing your tax returns, make sure you review the information with your CPA. A lot of us are able to use online tax software, but when you're going through the divorce, there's some things that you should be aware of, so you should take the time to follow up with a CPA or tax accountant and then your attorney. If you and your spouse during a divorce decide to file jointly, each of you will be responsible for the amount of tax due unless you have an agreement that states otherwise. If you are separated from your spouse, make sure you talk with your attorney and your CPA before signing and filing a joint return. If you are having trouble getting past tax returns that you filed jointly, you can actually fill out a form directly with the IRS called IRS Form 4506. Send it in. I think they may charge a small fee for getting copies, but you can get your prior tax returns without talking or using your spouse. Rule 5 is that you should notify the IRS anytime you change your mailing address, and you should make sure you're talking to your tax accountant or CPA. There may be times that you should not be changing your mailing address, and they'll talk you through why. Just so you know, spousal support or alimony is taxable to the person who receives it and deductible by the person who pays it. So you want to make certain that you are reporting this if this is what you're receiving as income, or you're deducting it if you're paying it to your spouse. There are some very technical requirements about deductibility, so make sure that you talk to your tax accountant about spousal support. Child payments, on the other hand, are not deductible as income to the payer spouse or the recipient spouse. That's a special rule. Generally, the person who has primary placement can have the exemption, or sometimes the parties are alternating the exemption. Make sure that you have your spouse fill out IRS Form 8332 if they are going to release the dependency exemption to you. Typically, a transfer of property is not a taxable event, but there are some circumstances where that is not true. So make sure you talk with your tax advisor. You must know the basis of any assets you receive to make certain that it's not a capital asset that's been appreciated. If so, that needs to be addressed in your tax return and your agreement. Rule 12. When you or your spouse sell your jointly owned residence, you will each be responsible for reporting half the gain. So make sure if you're selling a home that you understand what you're going to do about that gain. Rule 13, a person qualifies as head of household for tax filing returns if he or she provides more than half the cost for their home. So make sure you understand that rule. Those are all the rules, the general tax rules that you need to be aware of. Again, follow up with your CPA or your tax accountant if you're going through a divorce before you sign any returns, take any money as far as child support or alimony, you receive any assets that there may be a capital gains tax on those, or you have any questions about tax returns and what to do, because the divorce year is one of the more difficult years to file on your own. Make sure you follow up with a CPA or tax advisor. Those are all my tips today. Thank you for joining us. If you have any questions, check out our website. We have a lot of cool tools and blogs relating to many different topics about surrounding divorce. You can find out more at www.sterlinglawyers.com. See you next time.